Hi everyone. Basic class, move your body, try to get out of any funk you might be in from maybe it's the uncertainty of the situation or maybe it's all of the changes going back into a lifestyle that is not quarantined completely, or maybe it's the temperature change, or maybe you did gardening this weekend like I did and your low back is killing you. This class is just to get to be friends with our bodies again. Just that simple. Have the props that are your favorite props ready and waiting for you by your mat, and lie down on your back, get comfy. Beginning by just noticing how it feels to be laying on your mat. Noticing the sensation of the bones, their gravity. Noticing without judgment if your muscles feel achy or tight. Noticing if your breath is shallow or quick. And then starting to slow and deepen the breath. And with that sense of depth to the breath, ask yourself if that's enough to allow your muscles to start to relax. Softening little bit by little bit. Allowing your feet to be heavy, allowing the hollows of the knees to be soft, smoothing and softening through the low back, feeling a sense of space in each hip, relaxing the belly, feeling softness go up and down the spine. And then noticing weight and heaviness under the arms. Space, the crease of the elbow joints. Space in the hinge of the wrists. Softness in each palm. Softness slipping down to the tips of each finger. And then allow that softness to spread back up through the arms, up through the neck, through the hair on the scalp, to the hairline, softening the forehead, feeling softness at the backs of the eyes, relaxing the cheeks, the hinge of the jaw, the outer edges of the lips, the teeth, the tongue. And then beginning to notice how this soft body can breathe more deeply. Inhaling as deeply as you can this time. Holding the breath at the top. Gently parting the lips, exhaling. Inhale, draw the breath in deeper, deeper, deeper. Hold. Open the mouth. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold at the top. Open the mouth. Exhale. Good. On the next inhale, take the arms overhead. Reach the toes. Start to make yourself a little bit longer. Pointing through the toes, reaching through the fingers, starting to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, circle wrists, circle ankles. Good, inhale here. Exhale, right knee draws into the chest. Squeeze that knee in. Good, and then slowly drop it down across the body. Reach the right arm long. First twist of the class. Let it ask some questions. How is your spine feeling? How is your chest feeling? How does it feel to breathe here? Maybe turn your head a little yes and no. Inhale. Exhale onto the back. Toes reach, fingers overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Exhale, left knee into the chest. Good. Slowly draw that knee down across the body. Opening that left arm. Maybe rolling that left shoulder a little bit. Nodding the head. Letting the inner thighs be soft. Giving yourself permission just to feel the twist. Good, and then onto the back. Toes long, fingers overhead, reach, reach, reach. And then flex through the heels, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, press into the inner wrists, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Open up the toes. Good, and then knees into the chest. Squeeze. And then rock a few times up and down. All the way to seated. Find yourself a comfortable seat. Taking a moment, feeling your ground, softening the shoulders, softening the chest and the belly, and beginning to prepare for your breathing exercise. With this sudden warmer weather, it's important to try to strike a balance. So in cold weather, and sometimes in hot weather too, we'll use Kapalabhati or something that stokes fire. But today I want to kind of bring the temperature down a little bit through alternate nostril breathing. So starting by feeling that rooting sensation under the tailbones and also softening in the legs and softening in the belly. This is very important. No matter how you feel about your belly, typically give it permission to be very soft and very kind of floppy. Let it be open, unconstricted and unjudged. Soften the space between the eyebrows, relax the forehead. Ring finger and thumb rise up. Point your middle finger, go towards the palm or towards the third eye, depending on how it feels for you. Soft forearm, just resting on the body. Close the first nostril with the ring finger. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Close both nostrils, hold. Open the other, inhale. Exhale. Close both nostrils, hold. Open under the thumb, inhale. Exhale. Close both nostrils, hold. Open the nostril under the ring finger, inhaling. Exhaling. Close both nostrils, hold. Open under the thumb, inhale. Exhale. Close both, hold. Opening opposite side, inhale. Exhale. Close both, hold. Releasing the hands, taking a couple centering breaths. Drawing the left ear to the left shoulder. Roll the right shoulder out. Good, chin down to the chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Roll the left shoulder. Chin down to chest. Good, start to take a semicircle. Ear to shoulder, through center, ear to shoulder, through center. Taking your time. If you find a spot that feels tight, you can hold there for a moment and breathe. Good. If you want to go all the way around, that's fine, but just make sure you're not moving through any clunks. Clicks, clacks, kind of poppy things are okay, but if you feel a clunk, don't go all the way around, and make sure you go slowly enough that you don't make yourself dizzy. If you're not sure what a clunk is, you haven't felt it. Clunking, very recognizable sensation. Switch directions. Good. Holding, rising up to the crown of the head, softening through the shoulders and the chest muscle. So, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take a moment here and notice your body, and let it be something that is more than just how it should be feeling or how you think it should be feeling on a yoga mat, in a yoga class. Just try to notice. Notice the temperature of your skin. Notice the movement with the breath. Notice the sensation of your own hands on your body. And then if you're placing an intention on this practice in any way, now's the time. But do your best not to just declare an intention to yourself, but give yourself a chance to translate the holding of that intention into a sensation. How does it feel to hold it? Does it feel brave? Does it feel generous? Does it feel creative? Does it feel loving or kind? Whatever it feels like, put that into the muscle, the tissue of this practice. So that even in the poses where you're not thinking specifically about the intention, the feeling of the intention is put into each pose. One more breath. And then releasing the hands, shrugging off the shoulders, and rolling into a table position. Taking your time, stacking everything up, starting to move through cat and cow, and letting that be a truth teller. How is your spine today? Starting to synchronize the movement with the breath. And then doing this work just about half as much as you can be doing it. So instead of really pushing everything and drawing everything to its extreme, do a little less. Go a little softer, a little slower. And focus on the sensation of that minor movement. Good. And then find cow pose. Chest presses through, chin reaches, tuck the toes, press into the heels. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, downward dog. Wag the tail. Put some movement into the spine. Nod the head yes and no. And then walk the hands slowly back to the feet. You can bend your knees as that happens. Give yourself a ragdoll. Take your feet wider than your hips. Nod your head yes and no, shoulders away from the ears. Try to start to notice the length at the spine and also the backs of the legs. Maybe rock a little forward and back on the feet. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale deeply. Tucking the chin into the chest. On the exhale, roll up slowly. Roll the shoulders. Good. Then walk all the way to the front of the mat. Actually, I'm going to make the front of the mat right here. Flip the palms. Wiggle out the fingers. Inhale, swoop the arms. Exhale, fold. Press the heels into the ground. You can have your knees bent here, but they're moving towards straight. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right leg back. Get that right foot as far away as you can get it. Feet, hips width apart. Lift the fingers away from the ground. Inner thighs draw in towards the midline. Left hip draws back. Roll the shoulders. This might throw your balance a little bit. That's okay. It's part of the practice. Keep pressing into that back heel. Inhale, fingertips up, shoulders down. Exhale, reach the fingers as far forward as you can, but keep drawing that left hip back. Reach, reach, reach. Press into that right heel. Good. Fingers all the way back up again. Good. And again, reaching. Drawing the left hip back, fingertips forward. This time, right hand goes towards the inside edge of the left foot. Spiral that left arm up. Stack the shoulder blades. Left rib cage rolls on top of the right. Deep breath here. Good. Left hand down. Left foot back. Plank position. Notice your plank for a moment. Options here. You can hold here. You can drop your knees here. If you are feeling strong, rock a little forward and back. And notice how that feels. Good. Next time you rock forward, option to drop knees, otherwise elbows right into the ribs, chaturanga. Cobra. Good. Forehead down to the mat. Lift the hands away from the ground, press the tops of the feet in, lift without hands. And then hands down, tuck the toes, downward dog. Wag the tail. Good. Put a little bit of movement into the spine. Try not to think about it. Maybe circle the ribs. Go in both directions. Good. And then right foot forward. Get that foot as far up as you can. Press into that left heel. Lift. Inner thighs draw in towards the midline. Right hip draws back. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, start to reach forward, forward, forward. Draw that right hip back. And then up. And again, forward. Draw the hip back. Left hand down. Right arm spins up. Stack that right rib cage. Breathe. Right hand down. Right foot back. Plank position. A little bit of movement in the spine here. Good. Option to drop knees or option to rock a couple times back and forth. And then with or without knees, elbows right into the ribs, chaturanga. Cobra. Down dog. Wag the tail. Notice the spine. Bend the knees, gaze forward, step, hop, spring, float, fly, whatever gets you there. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forehead towards shins. Deep enough bend in the knees to reverse swan dive safely all the way up. Hands to the heart. Take a moment. Notice your breath. Good. Release the hands. Flip the palms. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Halfway up. Forehead towards shins. Step the left foot back. Drop the arch down and lift up for what will be eventually triangle pose. So with triangle, you really want to make sure that the back edge of that back foot is grounded the whole time. And a block is a nice thing to have for triangle. Front heel looks like it could plug right into that back arch. Move through the hips a little bit. Notice how that feels, especially on that front hip. And then arms rise up. Shoulders soft, but there's power in the arms. The fingertips are dragging apart from one another. And then start to think about that left hip coming back, that right hip drawing in as you reach the right arm as far forward as you can. Push into that left foot. From here, just pulse, tiny pulses. Now, if this feels like you're pinching in the low back, skip it. Keep pulsing. Strengthening the side body here. 3 more pulses. Good, and then take that right hand down to either the ground or the block. Take that left arm up. Open up the heart. Gaze where it serves you to gaze. So if your balance is a little wonky today, look down at the ground, straight ahead, or if you want to, you can look up at the ceiling. Breathe. Keep the hips pressing forward. Don't let your butt drop back. Keep pressing into the back edge of the back foot. One more breath. Good. Lift up through the flying hand. Take that left hand all the way back towards that left ankle. Reach. Good. Both feet face the wide edge of the mat. Hinge at the fronts of the hips. Straight spine. So the chest is reaching forward. Navel to spine, navel to spine. Good. Spine parallel to the ground. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Good. Bend this right knee and bring that hip towards the right heel. Pulse here. Keep that left foot planted. Good. Through center. Bend the left knee. Pulse. Good. Through center. Now one each side. All the way through. Back and forth. Good. And then lifting to neutral, fold. Nod the head, yes and no. Give yourself a forward fold that feels nice. Turn the left foot so that the toes are facing the back of the mat. Rising up into pyramid. No, it's not pyramid. It's triangle. Ooh, it's hot today. I don't know what my hair's doing. I'm wearing non-pants pants. It's like seriously 110 degrees in my living room right now. It's okay. All right, so lining up your triangle pose. Hips square towards the wide edge of the mat. So not really square, open towards the wide edge of the mat. Lift the arms with purpose and intention, but without tension around the neck. Draw that right hip back. Draw the left hip into the socket. Press to the back edge of the right foot. Start to reach. Pulse. Just about 10 pulses. I never really count, but that's kind of where we're at. I think we're probably around 5 right now. Let's do 5 more. It's small work. You should feel it in the right oblique here. Good. Take that left hand down. Right arm reaches. Open up that rib cage. Breathe. Gaze where it makes sense to gaze. That's up at the hand, great. If it's down at the floor, great. Keep opening up the chest. Keep drawing that left hip into its socket. Keep pressing into that back edge of the right foot. One more breath. Good. Take that right hand straight up to the ceiling and then back towards that right ankle. Reach that left arm, reversing your triangle. And then both toes face the wide edge of the mat. Hinge at the front of the hip. Forward-ish. So spine is parallel to the ground. Bend this right knee. Drop the hip towards the ankle again. Pulsing. This time, you can stay pulsing like this, or anchor your hands, okay? And another option, if you've had enough, if your room is as hot as mine is, you can take a forward fold at any time. Bring your temp down. Or if you're taking it from here, hands go down to the ground. Press into the right foot, lift that left leg, tap. So the arch of the foot is going down and the outer blade of the foot is coming up. Good. Tap that foot down. Move over to the other side. Pulse. Good. Sticking here or anchoring the hands, lifting that right foot. Kind of dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Good. And then plant the foot. Toes face the wide edge. Forward fold. Maybe this time you grab onto opposite elbows and you sway. Good, frame the forward foot, step it back, plank position. Notice your plank. Maybe your knees come down. Maybe you rock a little bit forward and back. Holding here, with or without knees, or left forearm comes down, right forearm comes down. Forearm plank. Rock a little forward and back here. Good. And then holding still in forearm plank. Deep inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Good. Tops of the feet, knees, hips all come down to the ground. Draw the chest forward and through Sphinx pose. Tuck the chin. All the way back up, forearm plank. Back to the wrists. Press the hips up. Downward dog. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Bend the knees, gaze forward, step, hop, spring, float, fly, whatever gets you there. Feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Deep enough bend in the knees to reverse swan dive safely, hands to the heart. Press your thumbs into the chest for a moment. Notice what it feels like to be here. Notice if that sensation of your intention is still here with you. Good, releasing hands, flipping the palms, inhale, exhale. Halfway up, forehead to shins. Good, step, hop, or float your feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga, cobra. Lifting the heart, holding cobra for a moment, pressing into the tops of the feet. Good. Come onto the right side of the face. Soften the arms. Deep breath. Bend the knees, kick the heels. Good. And then both feet down. Take the right hand straight out of the shoulder, so it's perpendicular to your body. Palm down, and start to roll towards that side. As you roll, it might feel better to flip the palm towards the ceiling, that's fine. As you roll, maybe you kick that left knee over, maybe you reach that left hand back. If your left hand is back there, maybe you grab a hold of the right foot. Maybe you bend both knees. This is a shoulder stretch. It should feel intense but pretty dreamy. If it doesn't, don't do it. And definitely don't move through anything sharp or extreme. You can really come pretty much all the way down onto your belly and just put a little bit of pressure into that shoulder and get a deep stretch. This is just for all the yard work that everyone's been doing. I've been doing, holy moly, so much mulch. Breathe. Good, back onto the back. Lifting back up into cobra, inhale. Exhale onto the left side of the face. Soften, kick the knees. Good. Take that left hand out. Start to roll onto that shoulder. Maybe you bend that right knee. Maybe you grab your own hands. Maybe both feet come. Breathing into the sensation on that left shoulder. And then back onto the belly. Deep breath, back into cobra. Good, and then this time, bringing your chin down to the mat. Bend both knees, wiggle out the toes, circle out the ankles. Inhale, lift the heart. This might be where you stay. Maybe try to lift the knees away from the mat, or maybe reach back and try to grab a hold of ankles or feet for bow pose. Open up the toes, open up the heart. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good, release. Take your time, press it all the way back into a child's. Good, and then tuck the toes, downward dog. Step the right foot forward, lift up. We're back in that triangle-like formation-ish, kind of. Bend that front knee. Last standing pose series of the class. Where's your intention? How does it feel? If you didn't really have an intention, why don't you just spend the next few moments treating your body like it's your best friend in the whole world, no matter what it's done to you in the past, no matter what the disagreements have been about what you should eat and how you should sleep and all that stuff. Let's just say this is our bestie, and we're going to treat it as such, just for the next few minutes. You can do it. Challenging myself too. Okay, so we're going to be playing with half moon. A block waiting for you in front of that front foot is always a good idea, just in case you want to use it. If you want to use it, it's there. If you don't, then don't. Bend this front knee, start to notice the hip, and then tip and tap this back foot as you tip and tap. You tip, you tap. And then maybe that right hand comes down to the ground to the block or floats. Press into that flying heel, so you're flexing the heel. Keep that left hip point open. Maybe that left hand goes to the sky. Opening up the flying fingers, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good, drop that foot down. Toes face the wide edge of the mat, forward fold. Give yourself whatever kind of forward fold feels nice. And then turn the left toes towards the back edge of the mat, preparing for half moon on the other side. Good. Make sure that this hip is okay with bending and being open. And bend the knee. And then start to tip, tapping the back foot. Good. And then bring that hand down towards the ground, press into that back heel. Maybe you touch the ground, maybe you touch the block, maybe you hover that hand. Right hip point stays open. Really push into the flying heel. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Drop that foot down. Toes face the wide edge of the mat, forward fold. Good, and then allow yourself to frame the forward foot, step it back to the front, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forehead towards shins. Staying in your forward fold for just about 3 breaths. So maybe you want to step on your hands, maybe you want to bind, maybe you want to hold on to the backs of the cows. Maybe you just want to ragdoll it. And then halfway lift. Deep enough bend in the knees to support the reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands to the heart. Good, bend the knees, come all the way down to sit. And then all the way down onto the back. Draw the knees into the chest, squeeze. Drop the knees down to the left side, reach the right arm long. Softening the inner thighs. Softening the palms. And then knees to the chest. And then drop them down to the right side. Reach that left arm long. Softening the inner thighs. Relaxing the face. And then knees to chest. Taking any counter or closing postures you feel like you need, and then finding as comfortable of a posturing as you can find for final relaxation. Bringing your attention to the tips of the toes and feeling softness from each toe slide into the arches of the feet, the heels, the Achilles, softness sliding up the legs, to the backs of the knees, through the muscles of the legs, softness in the hips, in the belly, in the chest. Noticing softness in both shoulders, sliding to the elbow joints, the wrist joints, the palms of the hands, and the tips of the fingers. Softness sliding up the arms, through the bones of the neck, and then right back down the spine to the base of the spine, the low back, and then softness stepping up the spine to the base of the skull. Softness spreading like fingers through the hair. Softness across the forehead and the temples. Softness at the backs of the eyes. The space between the eyebrows. Softness at the cheeks. The hinge of the jaw. The space between the bottom of the nose and the upper lip. Softness at the corners of the mouth. Softness tracing the jawline. Softness at the crown of the head, outlining the whole parameter of the body, sliding down the left side and the right side, all the way down to the bottoms of the feet, and back up through the center of the body, feeling softness and ease. Breathing here, noticing that sense of support under the body, and allowing yourself to rest. And then beginning to draw a gentle inhale in through the nostrils, all the way down to the base of the lungs. And softly let that exhale go. Inhale, begin to expand the breath out to the edges of the body as if your whole body were a set of lungs and you're taking that breath all the way to its edges. Then exhale from those edges up and back out. Inhale, draw the breath in, deepest breath of the class. Hold at the top of that breath. Open up the mouth, exhale. Good, reach the arms up overhead, point through the toes, start to pulse and wiggle and shift. Circle wrists, circle ankles. Good, on the next exhale, start to press yourself to your right side, knees to chest, and then up to sitting. Finding a comfortable seat. Placing a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly. Checking in with the sensation of your intention. Taking one more breath into that sensation. And then bringing the hands to the heart. May the kindness we wish to see in this world begin with the kindness we extend to ourselves. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.